Hey, Madeline.
Hi, how are
How are you?
you? I'm
Good. I'm
good,
doing
thank
good.
you. Thanks. So I'm going to get right into it. So we're the Crawdads Sing. It's been such a household name the past few years with the book and now obviously with the movie. What's it like being a part of something so big and so popular in pop culture?
At first, it was a little intimidating. This is the first time my sisters ever perked up when I told them what I was working on, and they were like, "Well, who are you playing? Chase or Tate?" Like it really mattered. I'm like, I just finished reading the book, Tate, and they're like, "Oh, thank God!" Like everybody had an opinion. Everyone, in a good opinion because the book really brought a lot of people together, and so many book clubs loved it, and it was one of the first things I didn't really have to explain to people like what I was working on. They're like, "Oh my God, what a Crawdads Sing! I love that book." So it was exciting for me, but it was also like pressure's on. But that all went away when we got on set.
No, I mean, it was great. And I'm so glad you played Tate and not Chase too. So,
See,
it all worked out. So I read that you're a Taylor Swift fan. And from one Swiftie to another, what is your favorite Taylor Swift album? I have to know.
probably for folklore right now.
Yeah.
It's especially when we were filming, it's kind of got that same you know earthy vibe to it that Crawdads had for us. I feel like she got back to her roots a little bit, which is nice.
That's a good pick. I have to second that one. And then your character Tate, he likes biology, he likes the wildlife. Does that interest you at all? And if not, what do you relate to him the most?
I mean, I love nature for a long time, and I moved recently, so I don't have it in my car set up yet. But I had a tent and like sleeping bag and my hiking stuff with me just in the trunk. So if I was ever on a long drive somewhere and I wanted to pull over and camp for the night, I would. So I really get his love for nature. But I was also really impressed by his kindness and his love for others. And I think that's where him and Kaya, Tate and Kaya's characters really find that mutual love and respect for nature, and then that turns into adoration and love for each other, which I thought was really cool.
Definitely. And then the ending, I don't know if we can do spoilers, but
I
it's
don't
been
know
out.
either. I
It's
mean, the
been
movie's
out.
been out, but
Yeah. But that ending, I hadn't read the book before. So watching the movie, I was really surprised to learn that Kaya was, the killer. So what was your reaction when you found that out? Did you read the book before? Did you already know coming into the project?
so I was in Australia during the pandemic filming another movie, and I couldn't get to the bookstore because the bookstore had been closed, sadly. And so the only option I had was the Audible version of it. And I had 2 or 3 days to like prep for the audition. And so I listened to the audiobook on 1.5 times speed, trying to like cram through it, which was not a good idea at all because I don't think I really digested much of it. And then I got to finish the book on the plane and getting to, I felt like someone had punched me in the face because I thought in the back of my head that oh, it was obviously Tate, he's just keeping silent and letting this poor woman go through a trial for her life on it. But then at the end, it made so much more sense. I was in shock. It took me like 5 minutes to kind of like settle into the ending. I was wondering how they were gonna, put that into the film with people that have already read the book and keep them guessing. But they did a wonderful job.
Because I was definitely, I didn't see that coming. So that's what makes the movie so great, is that it keeps you on your toes and you don't know what's happening. And then my last question is, are you working on any projects that you can kind of tease, or is it kind of
Yeah,
hush
I have
hush?
a movie we're gonna film starting in January called "Come as You Are" with Hero Finds Tiffin and Sophie Turner. It's like the female Nightcrawler. It's about a group of people that work at this content moderation site that go a little bit too deep into that world and become vigilantes.
Nice. And is it a horror movie? Is that
It's a thriller.
Yeah. Okay.
Zach Balin, who wrote King Richard, also wrote this script as well. So
No.
excited to start filming that next year.
Yeah, that would be really exciting to see too. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And the movie was so great. You were great in
I'm
it.
so glad you
So
liked it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking questions and hanging out. It's nice to meet you.
of course, it was nice meeting you as well. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.